What'd you make of the pick on Thursday night? Let's start there. Drake Maye.
I mean, I loved it. I did. I know you loved it. I don't think Zoe loved it. So,
Well,
you give that pick a grade yet?
A.
Hey. The look Phil just gave him.
Because I think he's gonna win a job and play week 1.
Okay.
I think he's the best quarterback you have right now.
Okay. I might be confusing you with someone else. I thought
I don't think you are.
I didn't think you loved Drake Maye.
If you would have listened to the show, Phil, I said he was going to go 2 to the Commanders. You were going to be stuck picking between Jane Daniels and J.J. McCarthy.
Got it.
Or trade out.
Okay.
I wanted them to trade out.
Okay. I do know that. So that's why even then, a little confusing.
And because now I could digest it and I could give a grade because I think they may have nailed the market and the pick and the selection of quarterbacks, how high guys were going to go. And maybe if they slid back to 12, they weren't going to get a guy. I think it's ridiculous Bo Nix went.
Zoe's now able to give it an A because he's a Patriot now.
I mean, look at him.
Well,
Looks great.
I mean,
it's great in the unit.
Beatles sat here as we listened to the press conference. I love the aw shucks attitude, the not pre-programmed robot. And maybe that's different because Bill's not here. But I think May would have talked the same way if Bill was here. Yeah, the brother thing, same girlfriend since 7th grade. Checks all the boxes. He's got swagger. A little bit like Gronkowski. Reminds me of me a little bit, too.
I like
Let's
that.
go. Let's go.
Like
What's
that.
up? Let's go. Let's go
I
win.
sort of like that comp. Yeah, confident.
The Brady stuff. Oh, man, go. It's his town, man. Can't wait to meet him on June 12th.
I love that they just didn't get too cute. And I didn't think they would. Honestly, the closer we got, it became pretty clear that this was going to be the path that they would take. But I think the physical skill set, just to reiterate the point, the physical skill set in a conference where you need next-level quarterbacking talent, to be able to contend for Super Bowls, this is the swing. It's not J.J. McCarthy. It's not Michael Penix. It might have been Jaden Daniels, although the weight and the frame would scare me. It's this. And the ability to move around, the ability to pick up yards with your legs, be creative both with your legs and your arm, off platform, off schedule. Are you going to have to teach him some things? Of course. Of course you are. He is not a perfect prospect. But they are things that you should be able to clean up. I thought maybe the most interesting thing we heard from Brian Hoyer, who was with us on Thursday night on NBC Sports Boston, he said the easiest thing to clean up is footwork. That's the least of your concerns. And so Alex Van Pelt, Ben McAdoo, T.C. McCartney, it's on you. Get it cleaned up. Get him to sit in the pocket a little bit longer. Get him to get through these reads that he at times had issues with at UNC. And I think you could have a great player on your hands.
So will they allow for him to start week 1 of the season? As Zoe just said, he thinks he's the best quarterback on the roster. Are they open to the idea of him winning the job in the spring and summer?
I believe they are. I believe that's not BS. I believe that's not BS when Gerard Mayo tells you, listen, we're here for competition. We're going to let these guys compete, and the best player is going to play. Now, he made it clear Drake Maye's not our starting quarterback right now, but that doesn't mean he's definitely going to sit either. So what I have always said, I know you've been a proponent of him sitting. I know Zoe has been a proponent of him playing. I have been sort of right in between the both of you, saying only, give me the option. Just give me the option. Don't tell me absolutely one way or the other what has to happen right now.
Yeah.
Because if it turns out that he is more ready to go right now, if this footwork stuff is relatively easy to clean up and it can happen pretty quickly, play him right now. What's the harm? If you think he can handle it from a mental standpoint and you think he's going to be able to protect himself, I would have no issues with them playing him right away. But you have to see it. You have to get a feel for what it's going to look like.
Yeah,
first.
and I'm not that dumb, too. So I keep going back to the Mac year, that rookie year. Like, we were there every practice. You could just tell Mac looked better than Cam. But we just never believed Bill was going to go with it. And then the way it transpired. But different situation because you got Josh McDaniels getting him ready. And I think there's hesitation here. We need to see what it's going to be with Van Pelt and McAdoo. And you bring up McCartney. And I said this last week, day after they drafted him. You got to get his ass going like the way they got Brady going when they would film everything from the back with Shaplinsky and Lombardi and sit there for hours. Like, look at this. Match it up to here's where your arm slot level is. Bill did the breakdown on Thursday night with Manning and Brady. Look how they seat the ball. Look at the footwork. Footwork is. I don't think footwork's as easy to fix as a lot of people think, because something you feel as a player, something got me here, doing what I do, and that's how I play. Like the Tebow part of it, arm slot. Like they tried to mechanically convert this guy, and it just wasn't happening. But like he threw the ball in college, let him throw it the way he wants.
I think the nice thing about Drake Maye is that he probably would look at last year as a little bit of a disappointment for him.
We should.
And so if these guys can help me get better, I'm speaking as Drake Maye now, but if these guys can clean up some of the things that bothered me last year, because, maybe in his own mind he's telling himself, I was in a bad situation. My offensive line did suck. My offensive coordinator did have us running sort of a wonky, very college-y, run-to-grass offensive scheme. So I'm going to pick up what these guys are putting down, and it's going to make me a better player, as opposed to fighting it and saying, I got here a certain way.
Yeah.
I'm going to bounce around in the pocket as much as I damn well
Seems
please.
coachable.
I don't think he's going to be that way.
No, it seems coachable. But again, like I'm over, like if he looks shaky in the preseason and throughout camp, then I understand you're going to have to start Jacoby. But I got the mindset of the best player plays, and he should look like the best player this summer. It's going to be fun in camp, though.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think they got to be, in one weekend, a much more entertaining team. Now, whether or not they are much better still remains to be seen. But there's going to be so much for us to watch and to digest between the new quarterback and the new receivers and the new coaching staff. They are going to be, it looks like right now, more watchable.
All right,
let's a low bar to clear, but I think they're clear.
Hey, we're there. Watchable.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.